Hey guys, so I'm going to be showing you how to perform prompt swapping in Dark Souls Remastered and a couple of its uses, including gaining an infinite number of souls as well as for duplicating upgrade materials. Keep in mind this technique only works in the remastered version of this game, so please don't try this and prepare to die. You'll only be wasting your time. The method I'm going to be doing only works on PC, as it requires you to use your mouse as well as the controller. There is an alternative console method, although it's much more difficult to perform. Prompt swapping is a fairly new trick. It's simple to perform and you can try as many times as you like if you mess up, so don't worry if it takes a couple of tries. So the first thing you need to do is find a merchant and have enough souls to buy a stack of 999 arrows. In my case, I needed to use Quelaag soul to have enough. Once you've bought them, you can go into your inventory and bring up the prompt to drop 999 arrows to store that value of 999 into the game's hidden memory. Don't actually drop them though, or you won't be able to perform this trick later. Now we can actually use the stored value of 999 to trick the game into allowing us to use 999 of our soul item, even though we only have one. The way we do this is called prompt swapping. Once you've stored the value of 999 with the drop arrows prompt, go into the System tab of the Start menu and highlight over Quit Game. While Quit Game is highlighted, use your mouse and hover your cursor over the Inventory tab of the Start menu. Now the timing can be a little strange at first, but you want to click with your mouse and press A on your controller around the same time. The mouse click should be a few frames before the A press. If you mess up, no worries, you can keep trying until you get it right. If you pressed A too fast, only the Quit Game prompt is shown, and you'll know you pressed A too slow if only your inventory shows up. When performed correctly, the Quit Game prompt should show up in front of your inventory, which will also be open at the exact same time. Once you've performed the prompt swap successfully, do not touch your controller. Use only your mouse and scroll down and click on the consumable you want to duplicate. In our case, it is the soul of a great hero. Once clicked on, the options for using it are hidden behind the Quit Game prompt, so we need to use the text in the top left of our inventory here to guide our mouse cursor and click when the text reads Use Selected Item. Once we select Use, we can then use our controller to select the stored value of 999, even though we only have one soul. We are now filthy rich. We can actually use the same technique to max out all of our humanity. So I'm going to be dropping all of my humanity except for one so I don't accidentally use them all in one duplication. Then I'm going to store the value of 999 by using the arrows in my inventory again, performing a prompt swap into my inventory, and then use my mouse to select and use 999 humanity. We are now a filthy human. Now, another application of prompt swapping allows us to duplicate any upgrade materials in our inventory by storing a negative value instead of a positive one in the game's hidden memory. The way we go about storing a negative value is a bit strange, and I don't understand it too much myself, so bear with me for a moment. The first thing you need to check is to make sure you don't have any long swords in your inventory. If you do, drop it. Also, make sure you have at least one of the upgrade material you want to duplicate too. In our instance, it's Twinkling Titanite. Now you're going to want to talk to Andre again and highlight over the standard arrows. While standard arrows are highlighted, you need to bring your mouse cursor and hover over the left directional arrow here. Clicking this arrow will open up the equipment he sells. It's important that you hover over the arrow instead of the equipment icon, otherwise this trick will not work. Once standard arrows are highlighted via controller and the left menu arrow is hovered over with your mouse, you want to click with your mouse and press A at the exact same time, contrary to the quit menu prompt swapping that we performed earlier. Pressing A too fast will prompt you to buy arrows, while clicking with your mouse too fast will simply show Andre's equipment. When performed at the exact same time, you will open Andre's equipment and be prompted to select the quantity you wish to purchase. Once you've performed it correctly, purchase as high a quantity as it will allow. In our case, we can buy 999 longswords. This longsword we've bought is exactly the same as a normal longsword, except that its weight is equivalent to exactly 999 longswords. You can check to see if you performed it correctly by equipping the longsword that you've bought and checking your equipment load in your stats menu. Once you've obtained your proverbial sword in the stone, you can store a negative value in the game's hidden memory by bringing up the prompt to buy a longsword from Andre, but don't actually buy one. So bring up the prompt, exit your conversation, and you'll now have a negative value stored equivalent to the number of longswords in your stack. Once this negative value is stored, perform the normal quit menu prompt swap into your inventory and use your mouse to select the upgrade material you wish to duplicate. In our case, it's twinkling titanite. Instead of selecting use like earlier, select drop, and then you should be able to use your controller to select a negative value if you've stored that negative value correctly. Dropping this negative value will instead place it into our inventory. In our case, we now have the maximum amount of twinkling titanite that we can hold. Negative dropping can be performed with any item that holds quantity, including soul items. Using both of these prompt swap techniques together can allow you to reach the maximum level in a very short amount of time by allowing you to duplicate 99 of a soul item, and then dropping all of them except for one and using the 999 stored value of our wooden arrows to make each individual soul item worth 999 of itself. I hope you guys found this video informative and easy to follow. If you have any issues or questions, feel free to leave a comment. I'll try to help you out the best I can. If you want to see more Dark Souls guides or content like this, let me know as well. And thanks for watching, I guess.